Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Backpacktrader training room for Wednesday, January 25th, 2023. Please note the required risk disclosure. This room is for educational and information purposes only. It is not to be considered individual financial advice. Trading of this type carries significant risks and should only be attempted with funds you can afford to do without. All right. We have a get in sync possibility on the YM. Soybeans is flat, so we'll look for a new trade there. Crude oil got it done in one this morning. We have this trade from 843.49 that got in sync right over here, right around 9 o'clock. Went to target 1 and came back and stopped out at 80.28 from an entry at 80.21. So target 1 plus 7, pick up 22 for target 1, 7, 29 ticks on that trade. And that's a one and done session. One second while I manage the trade on the pound Aussie. It just touched its money management. And target 1, although I pushed my target up to target 2 because the spread was about 3.5 pips this morning. And that trade did stop out. So we'll look for another one. If you took target 1, that would be a POQ. All right, soybeans. I would adjust this trade around the 50 EMA. It's 84.25, maybe even 84.50 actually. YM trade. Oh, YM picked up a new trade. Definitely in it. Soybeans trade stopped out. All right, we've got a short on soybeans with chase ticks at 79.50. It's buried in that red bar, but that trade became valid when we stopped out. Ticks takes us down a couple of ticks from the 80 flat to 79.5. The long should have been avoided. The Russell in a strong down move. No chance to get into that trade, way too early. All right, while we're waiting for these to play out, but you can see the stop started off gray and then turned purple on soybeans right there, which that's the trade coming back available, as it was no longer a stop and reverse, and the hybrid mode filter wasn't keeping us out of the trade once it was no longer a stop and reverse. All right. YM trying to push up, and there's a close above the 50. That bodes well for our long trade. 35 tick target 1. And here is another stop and reverse, or a stop and reverse, 83.50. There is our stop and reverse entry. We're still currently in the short on soybeans. Money management on the YM. Target is 77. And we did hit target. So this will be a POQ trade on the YM. And a new long trade at 22. Pound Aussie with the entering the long trade. Target 2 is the first actionable target. Still in the short on the pound, or I'm sorry, on soybeans. Okay, quick look at unleaded. Challenging the stop is at 549 on the YM. Challenged it, but still surviving in the long. Our fade right at 9 o'clock on unleaded. Meandered about a bit, then went to money management and target 1. So target 1 traders, this will be a POQ trade. Didn't make target 2. So target 2 traders only picking up a partial. Target 1 traders coming off at 64.89. And our entry was at 64.51. So 38 ticks on the trailer. Nice partial. Target 2 traders didn't pick up a second trade at 9:10. 9:10.23. That's a long and waited long time before it triggered in. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 setup prints before it actually triggered. Then that went through both target 1 and target 2. So target 2 traders pick up 57 on target and trail out at 65.14 from the entry at 64.81. So 33 ticks on the trailer. So 90 ticks on that trade. 38.74 on the first trade. And 2 and done for target 2 traders on. All right. We have a new stop and reverse. It pushes up another tick to 83.75. And actually, with that down bar, it goes away, comes off, because now we're in a downtrend. So the hybrid filter actually takes that off of the table at the moment. That's why the third plus didn't print on soybeans. Looks like so far this bar will close with it still down, so it will remain off. And nope, oh, that's interesting. Looks to me like the trade came back. Trend went to, oh no, wait a minute. I don't understand why that came back. That shouldn't have come back. Hybrid mode should keep us out of that. Unless it's no, that's the same trade. Good morning, Jeff, Miles, Pamela, Arshad, Arizona Bob. This is not Spotlight. This Renko is Catapult. The M2K Catapult is a 1.5 point or 15 tick brick size with a 5 tick or half point offset. Is the Renko that I'm using. That's the corresponding to the custom Renko on TradeStation, 1.5 point brick, half point offset. So 15 tick brick, 5 tick offset, but this is Catapult, not Spotlight. It's just using Spotlight coloring. All right, let's pull up the Micro Russell since you mentioned it. And there looks like we got in that, so that's a loss to start off the MNQ. And supposedly, and I say that, supposedly the soybeans stopped in reverse, but I'm not believing the calculator because it didn't. That wouldn't, well, yeah, it still would have stopped and reversed at 83.75 because it would have become valid on this bar. So long at 83.75. And now our target is 87 flat. Claude, are you on TradeStation or NinjaTrader? And what, if you're on NinjaTrader, what Renko bar are you looking to use? Since that's not a native bar in Ninja. All right, 79.50 to 83.75. That's 4.25 points. That's a big loss on soybeans. There's target one. Move stops to 84 even. And that's a 13 tick. 16, 17 tick loss on the prior trade. Times 4 positions. That's a tough one. That's going to be what, 68 ticks? Short on MNQ. I don't know if we could have gotten in that. Looks like probably could. And it's hanging. Okay. You're using NT8. What are you using? Unirenko for your Renko bars? And we actually are in this long over here on the pound Aussie. Yeah, okay. So yeah, your Unirenko setting would be 5, 10, 25. 5 tick trend, 10 tick opening offset, 25 tick reversal. For the bar that I'm showing. You're quite welcome. And I wouldn't be surprised if that's not a reasonably decent bar. It might be a little big, but probably not a bad bar to trade. Yes, soybeans is a 1.25 point momentum bar, 1 tick on TradeStation, or 5 tick range bar on NinjaTrader. And the stop now has caught up to our stop and reverse, so it is at 1484 even. And the MNQ trade is definitely short. And pound Aussie is definitely trying to make an up move now. Crossing target one, trying to get, there's money management. So move your stop to 74.23. Looking for 2 positions coming off at target 2. And there is target 2 filled. And heading for target 3. Looks like stop will move up 1 pip to 24 on the close of this bar. There's target 3. So that's 3 positions off, 2 remaining. And this will definitely get us POQ on the pound Aussie this morning. All right, soybeans, 14.85 for the stop. Our target is 89 1/4, and we missed that by 1 tick. Short trade on the Russell, short setup, hasn't triggered in, and also hasn't gone to the stop, but has not triggered in. So the trade will remain valid until we get another cross of the cat lines. That's a catapult setup on the micro Russell. That's on the micro Russell. Micro NQ actually starting to move down again. I believe, yeah, that just hit money management, just hit target 1. So that's money management. Stop comes to 692 3/4. Soybeans did pick up target 2, 87.25 for the stop. 2 positions remaining there. And stopping out at 87.25. So we get 13 22 is 35. And 2 more at 14 for another 28 is 63. So we're down 5 ticks. We need one more, need another trade to get positive. But that almost erased the loss from the first long trade, or first short trade actually. All right, micro NQ stopped out at break even. The Russell triggered into the short and is moving down at the moment. And let's see, where are we? All right, we're not quite. That cyan line is still just slightly above the yellow in the histogram. So we won't quite get a white short at this point. This bar closes down, it should give us exhaustion dots, but we should get just a warning that there's a pending trade. But we haven't, and that did get, okay, yeah, we got a pending trade. Yeah, it was just one little tick. This bar probably will get the crossover. So be ready to enter that trade if you're trading soybeans. Money management achieved on the Russell. Looks like 87 or 74.1, 74.2 for the 74.2 for the Russell stop. No 10 a.m. crude session this morning because we do have crude oil inventory report this evening, or this morning rather, in about 37 minutes. Pound Aussie stop has moved up to, actually just moved to 74.28, and target 4 achieved. And the Russell is trailing now. 73.1. Trying to reach target 3 at, looks like 1870 even. Yeah. About 3 ticks away. And the Pound Aussie is showing a strong up move. 32 for the stop now on the Pound Aussie. Definitely a POQ trade when it, now we have only the trailer running there. 72.2 for the Russell, and it did hit target 3. Winner for the first trade. Or actually, yeah, winner for the first trade. MNQ has a loss and a break even. All right, soybeans has not, actually it did cross over. Oh, but it's filtered by, yep, it's going to stay filtered. That's a squeeze zone filter keeping us out of that one. We did get the setup. But that's a squeeze zone keeping us out of that. Target 4 on the Russell. 68.8 for the stop. Big winner. All 3 market indices at session lows. Set 74.34 for the Pound Aussie stop. And the Russell stop at 66.8. Continuing down. Crude with a strong move into the session low. Session low wasn't terribly, well, let's see, 80.19 to now 79.47. Yeah, just 60 cents from session open to low. In fact, that trade was, the entry looks like it was at 80.19. No, now the chart I've got up is the micro Russell, Claude. And that's your pre-market move starting at about 4 o'clock this morning, Eastern time. Pretty strong downward move this morning. That chart is the micro Russell, the M2K. And stop moving up again on the pound Aussie. 39 now, and just moved again to 44. And stopping out at 65.8 on the Russell chart. The Russell trailing, I believe it's the 10 EMA. Verify that. Yeah, it's a 10 EMA. $49 for the pound Aussie stop. Almost to our target 4 at 51. It looks like it's going to go to about 58 on the next bar. Close of this bar is definitely going to go to at least 58. Soybean still looking for one more trade. And we'll need to shut it down in about 15 minutes so we can get ready for the crude oil inventory report. And there is the move to 58 on pound Aussie. There's a long trade on soybeans, 88.50. And target at 91 flat. 88.5 was our entry. My Marty Feldman eyeballs are not working real well. Trying to look at 2 or 3 different things on different sides of the screen. Glad you enjoyed that, Arshad. Now, and there's target 1, so this will definitely get us POQ. We're down only 5 5 ticks on soybeans. That's a 10 tick target 1, so that's going to put us positive. Stop at 88.75. It's not a big trade, but it's enough to get us where we needed to be. And target 2 for 16. So now we're 20 plus 21 and 2 more ticks in hand on the trailer. 2 positions still trailing at this point. Target 3 and trail. And the pound Aussie moving all the way up to 64 for the stop. Entry on that pound Aussie trade was 22, so that's 42 ticks, 42 pips on the trailer on this trade. That's a nice trade. And moving again, 68. Very nice trade for a morning day trade. MNQ, long trade now. 642 flat. That's going to be a sizable trade. How big is the 33 tick or 33 point target 1? And the pound Aussie did just stop out. So that ends our session there. Now Russell going up, everybody, all of them going up, all 3 market indices. Russell, the YM, and the MNQ all headed solidly up. Now just a bit of a pullback on the MNQ and maybe the Russell. Just a little bit, but not much. All right. The reason we didn't get a long setup on this catapult on the Russell, the setup has to get above this 14 EMA. Actually, is that 14 or is that 20? 22 EMA in this case. This is a custom plan. The setup would have to be above the 22 EMA or it's filtered out. And that's what happened because our crossover occurs on this second gray bar. And the setup would not have gotten us up above the 22. So that's why I know we're long setup there on the Russell. I would take profit at target 1 in this case, because at target 1 on this trade is larger than our normal target 2. All right, so MNQ is the only active trade. Well, actually, no, I take that back. MNQ and soybeans are the active trades. Soybeans stop at 89.5. And soybean stop just went up to 90.50, 90.5. Still two positions there. So that's from 88. So that's 8 ticks times 2. That's another 16 ticks at this point. A little bit of a reversal here on the MNQ. And soybeans going up again now, so that 90.75. Trying to reach target 3, setting a new session high. Looks like targets is at 94. Yeah, 1494. Missing it by 1, and there it is. Touching, yep, picked up target 3 plus a tick. Traded through 1492 for the stop. So 88.5 to 92, 3.5 points. $14 ticks picked up on the stop. And our target 3 was worth 22, so 26.48. We're at 62 ticks on this trade. So both of the 3 trades today on soybeans, 1 loss, 2 wins. Both wins going to pick up right around the same amount that the initial trade lost. So that shows you how quickly soybeans can make a profit. You know, 68 tick loss on trade number 1, 63 tick gain on trade number 2, and we're at 62 ticks net on trade, and make that 63 on trade number 3. So we're now up 58 ticks. So that's almost 15 points. 14.5 points at $50 a point. All right, looks like we may have to leave this MNQ trade in process. All right, 92.75 now. $14, $15, $17 ticks. On top of our 48 is 65. And it's going to go up some more. Yeah, 93.25. Just shy of 5 3/4 points. 23 ticks. And it looks like it just went up again. Yeah, 93.75. 5 1/4 points, 21 ticks. $69 ticks. So this one actually is going to exceed what the initial first trade loss was. So solid win on soybeans today. And we stopped and reversed on the MNQ. Made it just a small loss. I would make that probably 35 for the entry. 3, 4, 5, 9. Okay, we had a long fourth bar was kind of long, so I wasn't looking at that watching soybeans. Probably in that you certainly would have marketed out if you couldn't get the order in initially on the long trade. Limit the loss there. But we're approaching target, and now it bounces off the session low that it set just a little while ago. All right, but I think that's where we're going to have to leave it. We're still at 93.75, and I believe, yeah, we just stopped out at 93.75 on soybeans. 69 ticks on that trade, 64 tick net, 16 points for 4 single contract positions. And that is going to be a wrap. The Russell now in along as well that's hit money management. But I'm going to have to wrap it there and get ready for the crude oil inventory report coming up in about 13 minutes. So I will see everybody back here in just a few minutes and for the crude oil inventory report.